Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Morning.
Yeah, hi, Srikanth. Hi, everyone.
Uh,
So let's wait for 2 more minutes and then we can quickly start for. So, here, if you see once again, so I'm showing how to log into our remote desktop. So we have to use the MSTSC remote desktop computer. Just 1 minute. Today's class is very important. Why? Because we are going to start the installation. So building the system. So after building the system, as usual, our routine topics. So this installation comes, first of all, we need to build the system, right? So to build the system, we have some prerequisites, preparation activities we have to take here. So those preparation activities, so we discussed. So what are the softwares we required? So what are the hardware requirements? So these things, so we discussed most of the things. So what we should know, what are the softwares we should required, what are the softwares we required, and also hardware requirements, how much RAM, what OS is required, what database is required. So these things, how to download the softwares, what we required, where to download the softwares and everything. SAP softwares is not the open source softwares. We need a user ID, SAP user ID. So that one we required. So yeah, preparation activities means these are the softwares and hardwares and space, OS, all these things are required. Now installation should starts from, so SWPM is the tool. SWPM is the tool. We have to start this tool. How to start this tool means, so now we'll see. So today, today, after a few minutes, after half an hour or 40 minutes, so I will create the users for you so that you can log in and you can do the practice as well. Okay. So for to discuss our first topic, SAP installation, we discussed about the software requirement. I see, so 2 or 3 members are new. So software requirements, what softwares we required means, so I will explain clearly. Like we need, so we downloaded, right, yesterday we downloaded the SWPM software, and exports are required. Then kernel DVD and DB client and SAP host agent. These are the softwares we required from the service marketplace. Service marketplace means SAP marketplace. So where we can get the all the documentations, all the softwares, license keys, all these things we will get from the SAP marketplace. That is called the service.sap.com or support.sap.com. Once we download it, then we need to start the installation. Once we download, we need to start the installation. So how to start the installation means, first of all, we need to log into our remote desktop. So this is the IP of our server. So here you need to use the provided user ID. You have to use it, the provided ID. So you have to use it. So once you log in, same way in the real time also, so a few customers, they will prefer the remote desktop option. So you have to log remotely from your laptop. You have to remotely log into the system. From there, you have to do the all your work and everything. So see here. So we logged in here, right? So here Here, this is the remote desktop. What is the OS version here? Windows Server 2012. So server version, any server version is we can do the SAP installation. So RAM size, we have the 20 GB RAM size. Okay. So minimum 8 GB is required, hardware requirements. So Windows Server Edition operating system is required, or Linux operating system also is okay. So for SAP application, for the HANA, definitely we should require the Linux operating system only. So Linux operating system only. Why? Because so HANA, so minimum 128 GB RAM is required to install the HANA database. But Windows, it won't support the that much of RAM. So that's why we need Windows Server 2000. So we need that Linux server is required. So Linux will support it. So for SAP, right? SAP we can install on any OS, any operating system. It's not like Windows 10, Windows 11, so Windows 7. So it's like server editions, Windows Server 2012, 2014, 2018, like that. Any operating system we can install it. Minimum 8 GB RAM is required. So these things are very important. Space, minimum 200 GB space is required. So these are the so prerequisites, pre-work, all these things are be required. Okay. So once that is the done, so yesterday we downloaded the softwares and keep into the one folder that is called the SAP softwares, right? So we have to go to the SWPM. First we have to start the installation with the SWPM software, SWPM. So SWPM. So installation starts with SWPM is the tool, SWPM tool. For what is the installation tool means SWPM tool. So sometimes during the interviews, they will ask you, so how to start the installation? What is the tool you used to start the installation? SWPM. What is mean by SWPM means software provisioning manager. Software provisioning manager. This is the tool we have to use it for the installation. So we need to start. How to start means, so go to inside of the SWPM. There is a file sapinst.exe. Just click on that file. Then it will open the URL in the browser. See here. So if you go to the inside of the SWPM, there is a file SAP INST, right? So when you just double click on this file, so the SWPM will be started. Okay. So in the SWPM, you have the option is called the in SWPM, you have the option. So in SWPM, you have the option is called the SAP INST. You have to click this file. Normally, if you want to install any media player, you will double click that file, so that will be installed, right? Same here also. So go to the softwares. So SWPM, under the SWPM we have the SAP INST file is available, the application file, executable files. When you double click on this file, there is a one URL will be opened in the browser. So that from there we have to start the SAP installations and everything. Yeah, you can see the URL is opened here. URL is opened. You can see the URL. In this URL, the port number is very important here. SWPM port number 4237. It's a very important port number. What is the port number for the SWPM? So that is called the 4237 is the port number. Without this port number, you cannot run the SWPM. If you don't run the SWPM, you cannot start the installation. SAP installation, we cannot start it. Okay. So SWPM is the tool where we can start the installations and everything. So, but this port is very important. Sometimes this port will be blocked. So then again, we need to restart the systems and everything. So this port number. So interview point of time here, two important points. So what are the softwares we required and how to start the SWPM tool? What is the installation tool? What is the port number? So these are the questions are very important. These are the frequently asked questions. So during the interviews here, you need to enter the user ID, maybe administrator user, you can enter it. Then just enter the password. Just enter the password. So then you will get the this screen. You will get the this screen. How we got this browser screen means, okay, so we went to the SAP software where we downloaded all the softwares and databases and everything. Here this is the database and everything. Then so SAP softwares, go to the SWPM. First tool is the SWPM installation tool. Under the SWPM you need to just execute the SAP INET. Execute means you double click it or just open it. So automatically the SWPM will be started, and after the starting you will get the URL in the browser. This is the URL in the browser. So this is our host name. SAP Windows is our host name. So how to get the host name? How to get the computer name? I guess you guys knows, right? You have the personal laptops and everything. So if you go to the this PC, go to the properties, you will see the computer name. Here you will see the computer name. If you want to change it, you can go to the here. You can just go to the, so change the, you can change the computer name to the SAP Windows to some other name. For our training system, so I kept the SAP Windows operating system. Like that I kept the this one. So before you go with the installation, we need to properly so check the host name as well. Normally operating system team will take care of all these things. Why? Because Windows installation, Linux installation, so RAM size, will this is our RAM settings, ports, pins, everything they will take care of hardware team. So we no need to worry about. What we have to worry about, softwares and the port number should be active, and tools. The softwares are very important here. Then first we need to start with the SWPM tool. SWPM tool. So then click the SAP INST, then the port will be opened here. The port will be opened. So after that, what we have to do here? As I told you, right? So here, any SAP installation, we have the common softwares, we have to use it. Any SAP install, any SAP product installation. Either you want to install the NetWeaver systems or S4HANA systems or VW for HANA systems, NetWeaver 7.5, 7.52, 7.4, business suites, and MDM, so solution managers. So what you are going to install it, we have the common softwares. So common software, just WPM, kernel, DB client, these all are the common. Only exports will change it. Exports, so ECC we have, ECC exports, NetWeaver. What is this ECC and everything? These are the SAP products, SAP technologies, SAP systems. SAP is not one word. SAP has multiple, SAP delivered multiple technologies, depends upon your business, SAP delivered multiple technologies. So suppose if I talk about outside of the SAP, if I talk about one product, suppose Unilever product. Unilever is the one company, same as like SAP. It has multiple products like soaps, brush, toothpaste. Okay, so Unilever, like that number of products. If you go one shopping mall, either DMart or anywhere, so most of the 80-70% products are related to the so Unilever products only. Why? Because they are not only, they are just delivering the not only one product, they are delivering the multiple products they are delivering. Same as like depends upon their business, depends upon the customer needs. So they are delivering the multiple products. So like same as like SAP also, it's not only one product they are delivering. Depends upon the your business, they are delivering the multiple products like SAP, ECC. It's a real-time business, they will use it like BW, CRM, okay, SRM, so like that, and BW, so like that S4 ANA, so like that PO and Fiori and PI and portal, so like that number of modules, this we will call it as the modules, we will call it as the technologies. So number of technologies are available in the SAP. So only the exports may change, depends upon the your technology, the export may change it, remaining everything is common. Okay, the kernel is common, DB client, everything is common here. So let's see. So now what we are going to install it here, we are going to install the ECC available here. SAP is the one of the business suite, 7i business suites. So here just to open the expand this one here. What is the latest version? Is the EHP8. Yesterday we discussed about the latest version. What is the latest version of the ECC? Just to click on the expand this one. Okay, so let me show you once again. So here in the SWPM screen, SWPM tool, using the SWPM tool, we can build the systems, we can install the system, any systems we can do the installation. Okay, so here we have the S4HANA systems, and we can install it, BW4HANA, NetWeaver systems. So whatever you want to, CRM, SRM systems, SCM systems, you can do install. But our requirement is we have to install ECC system, ERP system. There we have to do the our work, homework and everything, right? So same as like here, just you can just go to the business suite. Here in the business suite, go to the EHP8. This is the latest version. Yesterday we discussed about the latest version. So here, when you expand this one, it will ask in which database you are going to install the your SAP system, either DB2, MaxDB, SQL Server, Oracle, HANA. Suppose you can also choose either HANA database, or either you can also choose the either SQL Server. So maybe for now temporary, I just selected the SQL Server for practice purpose. Why? Because SQL Server is the one of the small server. It will be quickly install everything. So that's why I selected the SQL Server. You can also choose the MaxDB as well. You can also choose the Oracle, HANA database, whatever we can install it. But HANA database we have not discussed, right? So that's why. So maybe when we were discussing the HANA database that time, we can install our systems on the HANA database. That's why SAP is the friendly, user friendly, like which we can install on the any operating systems, any database. So, okay, so now we are installing the SQL Server. Just click on the installation button, then application server ABAP. ABAP means application server. We are installing ABAP application server. Why why they have called it as the ABAP means? So ABAP team, so ABAP team, they will write the code here. ABAP team, they will write the code. So we have the team structure, like team structure. Okay, we have the teams in the team structure, SAP basis consultant. These are the technical team, admin team, core team, server team. Okay, we have the ABAP team. We have the ABAP team where developers, okay, developers. Then SAP functional teams, With us, we have functional teams, development teams, security teams. So all these teams are available. So some companies, they have the DB team, especially DB team also available. So functional team means we have, I think you know, like SD, MM, so FICO, so sales, so SD means sales only. So AP, so AR, so like that number of functional models are available. So they will come into the picture like as a functional team. Developers, they will write the development activities, developers. So that's why we are selecting the ABAP application server. Okay, so here installation we can do with the following option. Three ways we can do the installation. One is the standard system, distributed system, high availability. Three ways we can do the system installation. What is mean by standard system? What is the difference between standard system? What is standard system? Okay, let me explain. So installation, three types. Okay, installation, three types. One is the standard. Standard means, so here, okay, let me take. Installation options. How many types are types of installations? Okay, so installation options. So three ways we can do the installations. One is the standard option. Standard means, so we can in one host, in one operating system, this is the host. Suppose the example, this is the host. In one host, so we can install in one host, we can install the in one host, we can install the so SAP, and one host we can install the SAP and DB. One host we can install the SAP and DB. In one operating system, one Windows operating system or Linux operating system, on top of that, we can install the SAP and DB and SAP. So you don't have, you are the small customer, you don't have much budget. So then in this case, you have only license for only one application, one host. So then just one host means one operating system, one system. Then you can install SAP on, so SAP and DB on the same operating system. The black box is the operating system. On top of operating system only, first we will install the database, then SAP database and SAP. This is called the standard installation. This is called the standard installation. Standard installation. This is standard. Everyone they will do the standard installation. So some customers, if they have some customer, they have the license and budget. What they will do? So they will install SAP separately. They will install it. SAP separately. They will install the SAP application server, and this is the one host. So this is the one host. So they will here. So SAP they will install the on one host, and DB side they will install the one host, SAP and SAP and DB. So SAP and DB both are in the different OS, different operating systems. Both are in the, this is the one operating systems, this is the one operating systems. So this feasibility also possible. But here the advantage is, so both are running on the different operating systems. So there is no load on the single operating system. This is separately running, this is separately running, but there is a connectivity. Automatically established SAP establish the connectivity from the this operating system to this operating systems. This is called the so distributed. This is called the distributed system. This is called the distributed. Okay, this is called the distributed. Okay, this scenario is called the distributed. Why? Because SAP and DB both are we are installing on the separate OS, separate operating systems. But here we are installing in only one operating system. Suppose if something is happens to the DB here, automatically your SAP and DB both will be down here. So suppose here something is happened to the SAP here, it will not touch the database. Why? Because database is separately running here. But only thing is the cost wise and maintenance wise, here we need to worry about that one. Why? Because here one operating systems you will monitor and the license cost is same. But here you have to monitor the two operating systems, two spaces, two drives, two disks. So when support teams have to monitor it, two networks, everything is separate, two. Why? Because so, but here cost wise, here it is more, but safety wise, it's very less safe. Safety wise, it's a very safety. Very we have a very major safety here we have. Why? Because if SAP down, nothing will happen to the DB. So if DB something is happens, nothing will happen to the SAP. But here either any one of having issues, so entire box will be corrupted. Entire box will be, entire data will be, everything will be happen. This is called the distributed. Okay, this is called the distributed environment. Okay, so this is the distributed environment. Let's talk about high availability. So any questions before I go for the high availability? Any questions from anyone? The standard installation and the distributed installation. So any questions? Okay, so I will take it no, then I will continue with the high availability. High availability means so let me remove this one. High availability. So you have the two operating systems. You have the two operating system with kind of two data centers, primary data center and secondary data center here. In the primary data center, here, so here you have the SAP and DB. In the secondary data center also you have the SAP and DB. Okay, SAP DB. So DB, SAP and DB. So this data center, this system is available in the India or some other places. So this is the outside of the India, maybe US. So yes, same system is available in the US. same SID, same SAP system is available. Your business is available running in the around the clock, like around the world. So your business is running. Okay, so your business is running around the world. The business is running. So this is the primary data center. This is the secondary data center. Primary, secondary means if the primary is down, immediately you need to start the secondary, and your business will run as usual. Same as like here also. So you have to install SAP DB on one host, and same SAP DB on one host. You have to install it as separate host. You can install it. So there separate host also we can install it. SAP DB, SAP DB you can install it. But for our scenario, so I'm taking like SAP and DB on one host. Host means just take like example like host means operating system only. Okay, in the Linux level we will call it as the host, and the Windows level we will call it as the computer name or Windows system. Okay, so here SAP and DB on the one host. We will put the same SID but different host name, different host name. So they are running the business on the primary host name. So primary they are running the business, and the SAP users, all users, they will connect to the SAP. Here they will do the transaction. The transaction will come to the here, and it will store the database level. From this database to this database, there is a replication. Replication will enable it. Whatever the transactions will happen here, same transaction will go and sit it here. So one day your primary entire India data center is crashed due to the floods or something is happened, entire data center is crashed. So, but in India, your data center is crashed, but you have the business in the other countries as well. What about that one? So in this case, what you have to do, you need to start the server, the US data center, you need to start it, and the users will automatically will connect to the here. What about the data sync? Up to this mark, the users are connected here, they done the transaction, but what about that one? So same transaction is available in here as well. Why? Because the replication is moving, replication is happening, and as part of this replication, whatever the data comes here, whatever the users are there, whatever the business data is there, the data and their data will be moved to the here. It will come to the here. Then we will start the system and we will work on it here. We will start the system, then we will bring up the, we just will start using the US data center. This way it is the high availability. High means, so the availability is very more, the HA availability is very more. Why? Because so in the banking sector side, so they will plan this type of availabilities. Some banking sector side, some other critical applications, so they will plan, they will install SAP like that. So why? Because banking sector, banking applications are very important. So right, during the business days, so the banking sector means it is available in the India, all over the cities, and in the outside of the city, outside of the India countries also abroad. So the banking sector, the people, they will use the banking services. So because of the reason, so they will install the banking servers in the high availability mode, HA mode. This is the down, automatically this will be up. This is the down, automatically this will be up. Like that they will be installing. So this is the HADR concept. When we are discussing the database DB, that time how the replication will happen from the primary to secondary, that replications we will discuss. Okay, that replications also we will discuss from there. So these are the three ways of installation. One is the standard installation, distributed installation, high availability. Okay, now we will go with the standard installation. Just expand it, just double click on it, then it will go to the next page. Okay, the next page. So here we are starting the new installation. Just click on the new. So it is loading, all the files and everything. So the first screen it will come. So then after that, first we have to define the parameters, then review the parameters and execute the services, and service completed. So this will be automatic, this will be done by system. This we have to review it, define the parameter. Now we have to give the inputs. So what inputs we have to give means, what it will ask the softwares. Can you provide the location of the kernel? Can you provide the location of the ECC? Can you provide the location of DB client, DB hostname, SID? All this information it will ask it. So we have to provide it. Now it is asking the parameter settings. So just click on the typical or custom. So what is this difference, typical or custom mode? Typical means we will get the less default settings, some default settings it will take care, and we will get the small prompts, less prompts we will get it out. So now as part of the screen, we will get the, as part of the define parameters section, where the system will ask the number of screen prompts, we will get it out. So if you want to reduce it, if you can just select the typical. If you select the typical, the default settings, it will take care of the default settings. We will get the small screen selections prompts, we will get it out. So if you use the custom mode, you will get the all the prompts, and so all the prompts we will get it out. Default it won't take anything. We will get the all the prompts. So either you can choose anything, it's not a problem. Some people in the organization, they will choose the typical, some people custom, whatever it may be. So just selected the typical, you will get the same screens, and some so there is no difference actually. If you select the custom, you will get the more screens. Please enter the password for this user, that user, so XYZ user, something like that. But here, when you select the typical, it will ask the enter the password of the all users, one word, verifying. So this is the roadmap steps for the installation. This is the port number, browser level. This is the port number. Okay, this is the task list. Which task list is collecting the inputs currently. So what is the log files here? If you see the in the SWPM screen, we have the log files. This is the log files are very important here. So especially for the log files, installation log files. So what files we have to refer it. So okay, so coming to the SAP inst.log file, SAP inst.log file, and SAP inst_dev.log file. These two log files are very important to check if any issues are arises. The two log files are very important. Here you can see SAP inst. Just if you open the SAP inst, it will give the information what exactly happening with our system, whether the installation is completely running or not, any issues. So all this information will be documented, recorded. All the log files will be recorded here. So in the SAP inst.log file, SAP inst.log file, it is available in the your SWPM screen. So what task is running currently? So what is happening? So like that, all the information you will get it out. All the information we will get it out. So now what it is asking, enter the system ID. So now input it is asking like enter the SAP system SID. So what is this SAP system SID? So SAP system SID. So before we go for the installation, few technical terms we need to discuss is out. So few technical terms we need to discuss. So this is called the technical terms. So okay. So technical term means SID, instance number. So host name, okay, computer name, okay, host name, computer name. I think you know LAN. So LAN, what is the LAN cable? So all these things you guys know. Like computer name. So what is server name? What is server? Okay, what is this instance? What is this instance? So we should know some technical terms here. SID. SID means system identification. System identification. So that starts with the three alpha numeric characters. Three alpha numeric characters. Three alpha numeric characters. System SID. Suppose like ABC or XYZ or so DVV dev or prod or quality. So like that we have to maintain, but not like that, not like one. First you should not come with the so number numerics. So 1AB, 2BC, so it should not come. So it's combination of the alphanumeric characters, and the first letter should be the alphabets only. So SID, what is SID means? System identification number. So which means, so suppose if I take example, when the baby born, we will put the one name, right? Once the baby born, we will give the one name after 21 days to call it out. We will give the one name for the identification purpose, right? Identification purpose in the world, in the public. So we are giving the one name. right? Same as like to call out this SID, to remember this SID, to identify this SID is being used for. So we are putting the one name. How we have the names like Ravi, something like that. Same as like, so here we have to provide the name. We have to provide the name for this SID, but the name is strictly we have to follow the rules. This should be 3 alpha numeric characters. Any name we can, any name we can put it out for the SAP. Instance number means number, like it starts with the 00 to 19. Any number we can give it. Any number we can give it out. Any number. So either 00, 01, 02, same like our Aadhaar number. So host name means it's a computer name. So in Windows we will call it as the computer name. In the Linux we will call it as the host name. Server name means you are installing SAP application, SAP server, that is called a server name. Same host name only. All these words are common. These words are common, but so it's kind of synonyms. So computer name means in Windows we will call it as the computer name. In the Linux we will call it as the host name. In our mobile we will call it as the device name, server name. If you install on the server, if you install the one application, that is the server name. Instance means if you install SAP, that is called the SAP instance. If you install the SAP DB on this computer name, that is called the DB instance. Okay, instance means whatever the application, whatever the product you are installing, that is called the instance. These all are same, but the way we are speaking, that is the different. Okay, the first one is the SID, instance number. You should remember these two words. So here SID, what we have to give it? What is our SID? So once you give the SID, we have to use same for the our communication purpose. So what SID we have to put it out? Anyone can propose the one SID? Simple SID. In organization also, our managers will ask us, so what SID we have to. Here in the organization, the client will ask us. Client will suggest the SIDs. Why? Because it's a client systems, right? So client is client system, client systems, and client. Yeah. Yeah. So I think let me repeat it again. So, okay. Yeah, thank you, Srikant. So here, so yeah, let me go back here. So here, what we entered is password for the all the users. So here, when we selected the typical option during the first screen, typical means password for the all the less prompts. Less means less prompts and default settings. Less prompts and default settings. We will get it out. Default settings we will get. Default settings we will get. So less prompts and default settings. So which means one password for the all users. We provide the one password that will be applicable for the all the users. What is mean by all the users? So all the users means, so we have users will be created, list of users will be created. So as part of the installation, list of users will be created as part of the installation. So at operating system level we have the users, and SAP level we have the users will be created. Operating system level, one is the SID ADM user, and SAP services SID user will be created. DB level we have the two users will be created. One is the SAP star, and DDIC users will be created. SAP star and DDIC users will be created. So okay, so suppose, so here, so password for all users we have given. So this is for the all the users. These four users we will get it out, which means when you select the custom option, please provide the password of, so please provide the password of the data SAP star, DDAC, SAD, ADM. So like four prompts we will get it out, four passwords we have to give it here. So but if you provide the one password, that is applicable for the all the users. So which means we have the prompts, screen prompts got reduced. So you can choose either that one or anything, you can choose it. Then why SAP given the two options? If you have this question in mind, SAP given the two options. Some people, they don't want to put the common password for the all the users. They want to put separate password for the four users. That time you can choose the custom option. Some people passwords, what's happened with passwords? Password is the we will disable the users, right? So what will happen? Then that time, that customer's mentality, then we can choose the typical options. So now see, it is checking the connection properties of the database server, which means it is checking the database server connectivity. So we are selected the standard, right? Standard we selected it. Then standard system we selected it. Standard means SAP and DB on the same host. It is checking where is the database instance. So our database host name also same SAP Windows only. So select it. Make sure your database is running. So before SAP installation, we have to do the DB installation. SQL Server is already installed. So that's why, so it's already installed. That's why we are directly jump into the SAP. Then we are discussing on the SAP installation and everything. Once SAP completed, then we'll start HANA DB administration for you. So, okay. So now just click on the next button. This is the back button. If you want to go to the previous screen, just click on the back button. If you want to cancel it, you can cancel it. So like that. So we have the tabs are available here. So if you want to check the task list, what task is executing. If you want to check the log files, we have the logs, what task and what passwords you have given. All the information will be recorded here. But here, most of the important files is the SAP inst.log file, SAP inst_dev.log file. If any errors comes, if any issues comes, this is the very important log files here. You want to create the new database. You want to create the new database. Yes, we want to create the new database instance. Just click on the next button. Here it will be recorded. So all these things will be recorded here. Then what is the, so now it is asking the, so please specify the archive path, downloader path, media. We downloaded the kernel files, right? Kernel files. That kernel path it is asking. Just click on the browse button, go to the C drive, and here we have the SAP softwares, and here the kernel. So you can choose any one of the kernel, like this one. You have the versions, two versions are there. You can choose any one of the kernel. This is the kernel, you can choose it. Just click on the S button. So this is the kernel path. That's why before we run the SWPM tool, we need to make sure we need to download the all the required software. That's why in the installation prerequisites, during the installation prerequisites, first we need to download the all the softwares and keep it ready. Then only, now when this screen comes, we have to just click on the browse button, go to the C drive where we place it. You can also place in the D drive, E drive, but we have the C drive is available here. SAP softwares, we kept it here, the kernel. So you can just choose any one of the kernel. So just enter it folder. You can just click on enter button. Automatically it will check the kernel files and everything. This is the refresh button. So you can see the kernel files are reading it here. So SAP NST, we open SAP NST, what exactly happening? So we have provided the C drive, SAP softwares, kernel files folder, we provided it. So what it is reading, it is checking all the kernel files, what is the valid or not. So it has been verified, signature and accepted. It is checking the one more kernel files. So like that, it is checking all the kernel files and everything. So you can see here. And checking all the kernel files and everything. So why it is taking some time means, so it is reading that files. So SWPM tool, so blindly will not take any softwares. It will cross check all the files and everything. Why? Because we are going to build the one new business system, brand new business system. So that SWPM tool will cross check all these things and everything, whatever the softwares you are given, whether it is corrupted or not, it will cross check and everything, it will check it out. So that's why in installation, SAP installation is the very time consuming activity. So inputs we have to provide it. After that few hours it will take to completely build the systems and everything. So this is the SAP installation is the one of the big exercise compared to the other softwares, other installation. Other softwares we can download, double click, it will be installed. But for SAP installation, it's separate procedure. That's why the people they will concentrate. Have you done the SAP installation? If yes, so what are the softwares you will use it? What is the port number? What is the tool? So like that, they will ask you the questions. What are the log files you will refer it? How much time it will take? What is the other big steps? So like that, they will ask you. They will ask you in the interview point of time. Okay, these are the log files, SAP INST. So these all are log files, but in these two log files will be in these two files. All the information, whatever the information is running here, everything will be recorded here. Especially this SAP INST.log file, the interviewers or everyone, they will ask you this question. What is the very important log files? This is a very important log file. See, the logs are getting updated. See, we got the prompt. Okay, so we got the prompt. You can see, so it's accepted in all files are available, which means, so in the C drive, SAP software kernel, all files are available here. Just click on the next button. Okay, you have done the kernel, you have any, then exports, DB information also we provided, then SAP host agent. So everything it will ask the prompts. So installation inputs will get like up to 30 minutes. Then after that, so we execute service. So it will take time actually installation. So make sure these users are very important. So interview point of time or real time, these users they will ask you the questions. So how many users will be created during the installation? And after OS level, how many users? SAP level, how many users? So like that. So here SID ADM means, so whatever the SID we have given, suppose PEP ADM and SAP services PEP. These two users will be created. Suppose your SID is, suppose like, so PRD production, then PRD ADM will be created. Okay, the users will be created. This naming convention will be followed. Here prerequisites check swap size, Windows swap size, nothing is there. Just click on the next button. So if you want to choose the no, the prerequisites check is skipped. Just click on it. We don't need prerequisites. Swap already there, so don't need to check again. Host agent, already host agent detected the SAP host agent. If you want to update the host agent, we can download the host agent and we can, but the host agent is already there. So if you want to install the new host agent, so just click on the wait button, just to next button. No need host agent. It's a small service during the system installation is already installed. Now exports, see here, kernel it is asked. Previously the host agent it is asked. DB connection parameters it is asked. Now it is asking the installation exports. Installation exports, ECC 6.0, EHP 8 exports. So where is our exports? Go to the C drive and SAP softwares here. In the SAP softwares, here ECC exports are there. Here ECC exports. So here just select the folder, main folder you can select it. Just main folder you can select it. Just click on the next button. So it will read the exports. So it will read the whatever the information is there, it will verify it. So it is verifying the data inside of that exports. So this will take time again. Just you can see it here. If you open the file, yes, this went to the ECC exports. So the export 1 signed and accepted, then export 2, 3, 4, like that. So it will read the all the files inside of this folder. We go to the C software, so ECC exports, it will read the all the files here. It will read the all the files, and so it will export, it will read the all the files, and then only it will complete the verifying the everything. So now export 1 is signed and accepted. How many exports we have? Export up to 11. So now 2, 3, like that, it will export it everything. You can see here we will get the updated one. Here we will get the updated. So the logs will be updated here. Yeah, export 1 verified. Now export 11, then export 2, export 3, 4, 5, 6, like that up to so 10 it will be verified. Total 11 exports we have. So 11 exports will be verified here. That's why it's a time consuming activity. It's not very simple. Like within half an hour, we can do the installation and everything we can perform it, but it's a very time consuming activity. So only install. After that, we can log into the SAP. We can perform all our administration tasks as well. But installation also very important for you, for us as a basis consultant. SAP installation also very is the first step, installation. Without SAP installation, without building the SAP system, how can we go inside of the home and we'll do the work? Without building the system, without building the house, how can we go inside of the home and we can stay here? So same as like here also, without building the SAP system, how can we go and so discuss the all the administration task and everything? We should know, right, how we built the SAP system, what softwares we used it, so how we proceed with the installation. Tomorrow, so someone will ask you to perform the any installation, we have to do the same procedure. First OS should be ready, preparation activities. Then all these things should be ready, softwares. So SWPM, the port number, logs. So many questions will come, arise it. So that's why. So many questions will come. Port number, logs, tools, softwares, and everything. Till it is verifying. Yeah.
Ravi,
Yes, Srikant.
so you said high availability, right? You showed
Yes, that's right.
that SAP will be on one host and DB will be
On
sorry on different data centers. Okay, let me put it in that way.
Yeah.
So you said if India crashes, okay, US is going to be enabled, right?
Yes.
Okay. So how do we call it? It is
HA.
another. No, yeah, the word the naming convention is high availability. But what I'm asking is, how are you installing the same application? Okay, like do we give a different server name for that
Yeah,
instance name?
host name is different here, but host name is different, but SID is same. So operating system names are same, SID is same. Suppose like PEP and PEP, same instance number. Suppose like instance number 00, same number we will give it here, same number we will give it here, so that how users will connect depends upon the SID instance number. They will connect to the SAP system. So users will connect to the SAP system, depends upon the instance number and everything. They will connect it here. Suppose this primary data center is down. So user has already connection parameters of the PEP and 00. Then our network team will route the request, all the route. We will start the SAP systems. Network team will route all the request to these servers. So till then, they will start working on this SAP application. Then our support teams, basis team will log into this system and will try to fix the issues and everything from here. The only thing is, what is the difference means, same SID we have to install it from here. Same instance number we have to install it here. but the host name is different. That's not a problem. Host name is different. That is not a problem. So, but here we have to install the SAP and DB. Here we have to install the SAP DB. Then how the data will sync? Up to now, up to yesterday, the user did the transaction here, but data is available here. But this is the different data center. But how the data is, if suppose suddenly this got crashed, then how the same data available here? If the same data available here only, then only user can go ahead and book the transaction, right? How it is available means in data, in the database level, there is a concept is called the DB replication, replicating the data from one database to another database. This is the concept we are going to discuss in time of the database time. So whatever the data comes here XYZ come, same XYZ will be replicated here. Here, so one YBC data come, same YBC, then fraction of seconds it will go and it will sit here. In this way, both are in the same sync levels. Suppose something is crashed here, immediately the user will switch over to the here, they will do the same transaction here.
Okay. Ravi, I don't know whether it is too early to ask this question.
No problem.
So if my India data center is down, okay, so my only available data center is US, correct?
Yes, right. Yes, right.
Okay. So, okay, let's say your system time is now 7:18 and the India system went down. So whatever transaction I do from 7:18 on US data center, how will you bring back the data to India data center? So with DB level.
So this is the India data center. So this is the US data center, right? This is
Correct.
the US data
Yes.
center. So up to 7 o'clock, you did the transactions here, right?
Correct. Correct.
So same transactions. So we'll go to
Sync?
the will be synced to
US.
US data center. Okay.
Correct.
Now you want to bring back the same transactions to the here. Again,
Correct, because my India data center is already down.
Okay.
So whatever I do from 7 a.m. in US data center, how will you replicate the data back to DB? Because my India data center is still down, right?
Yeah,
so
still down.
What happens?
Yeah. So the same transactions will happen here. Whenever you bring up the India data center, whatever the transactions you done in the US data center, that again, it will reverse replication will happen. Reverse replication will happen from here to here again. The main aim is whatever the data here use data, whatever the additional data you have, same data will be replicated to here. Whatever the data you have, same data will be replicated here. This is called the reverse data replication. You got my point? Suppose like 7 a.m. you done the transaction here, immediately it gone down. Same transactions automatically it will move to the here. So here you done the transactions up to 7 to 8. You done the transaction. 8 o'clock, you 1 hour time you done the transaction, but here those transactions are not available here. So whenever you bring here, it is not available. You want to switch everything back to the here India, but 1 hour data is not available here in the India data center. What happens when you are configuring the reverse replication? The system will assume, system will check, okay, when was the last save point happens? 7 o'clock. Then, so after the 7, what is the extra data available here? System will recognize this data, will be replicated back to the your primary data center. There is called the reverse replication. We can configure it.
Okay, but sure, I will have
data.
A slight downtime as well, right? When my data center goes down.
Yeah, you have the downtime. Yeah. So here we have the downtime, or automatically we can bring up we have the types of scenarios available when you are configuring the replication. Suppose your primary is down, automatically if there are some tools, actually cluster tools, that is called the cluster tools. Automatically it will bring up your secondary, and it will switch all the users to the primary to secondary. Some customers we have the manual procedure. So like manually we need to start it, and manually we have to ask the network team to map the IPs and everything. This is this one. Nowadays cloud concepts. In the cloud side, AWS cloud or Azure, automatically the tools will switch over whenever the something is happens in the primary. Immediately here my watchdog will watch. There is service will watch here in the cluster level. Okay, something is happening with the primary data center. So immediately I want to switch to the US data center. You no need to worry about that to manually do procedure. Nowadays automation is running. Automatically all the services will fail over to this data center. The data automatically available. The users will work on it here. In the midnight, what happens if you want to do midnight? In the midnight, your primary data center is down. In midnight, no one will come and work on it, right? You will come again 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock in the office timings. When you see the 10 o'clock, what did your system is down, immediately you start working on that one. But what happens if you have the automatic tools are available to bring up the secondary and everything? So the secondary will up and running, the bring up the services from here to here. So you no need to worry about that one. So system is already available in the secondary. You will start working on the primary. We will start fixing the issues in the primary side and everything. So manual procedure is there. Manually bring up the secondary data center, or automatic procedure also available. So tools are available nowadays, cluster tools. So whatever the option the client wants, so those options we can choose it. We have the export 2, export 3, export 4, export 5 verified. So 9 also it's verified, I guess. Yes, 10, 11. Okay, 6, 7, 8. You have to export it. So it will take time. So let it continue run. So anyone wants to continue, like what I need is you, I think it's already 7:20. So I think few people they have to run. So sorry for the taking that time late. So just you can ping me your user IDs. So yesterday I asked you, right? Ping me the user IDs for the server access so that you guys can log in and just check at least you can log in whether logins are working or not. So starting the server access and everything. So just to provide your user IDs, I can provide the server details, IPs and everything. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Thanks everyone. So thanks for your time. We'll see tomorrow.